Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family, and today I'm talking about Harry's latest move regarding his father and his brother. Today we're diving deep into the latest royal drama, specifically Prince Harry's very public invitation to King Charles and Prince William for the 2027 Invictus Games in Birmingham. Now this move has sparked a lot of chatter, and I'm here to break it all down from my usual critical but hopefully balanced perspective. Is this really an olive branch, or is it a calculated ploy to put pressure on his family? So let's look into the motives, the timing, and why this move might just backfire spectacularly. So, grab a drink, settle in, and let's get into it. So Prince Harry's team has confirmed he's sending out emailed invitations later this month, followed by formal ones, inviting King Charles and Prince William to the Invictus Games, set for July the 12th to the 17th, 2027. Sounds okay, doesn't it? A gesture of reconciliation, a chance to support wounded veterans, something the royals have always backed. But, hang on a minute, let's look at the timing. This announcement comes right after Prince William's 43rd birthday, and amid reports that King Charles, who's 76, is dealing with ongoing health challenges, including cancer treatment. King Charles has been in and out of hospital, and his recovery is a priority, so why drop this now? The Invictus Games are 2 years away anyway, and yet Harry's making this move very public, with sources leaking to outlets like the Mail on Sunday. It's almost like he wants the world to know that he's extending this so-called olive branch. But here's the thing. The finale of the Games clashes with Queen Camilla's 80th birthday, a milestone that's likely to be a big deal for the royal family. Scheduling conflicts are not new, but this one feels like a hurdle. Harry either overlooked or deliberately ignored. By going public, he's putting Charles and William in a tough spot. Attend and risk looking like they're caving to Harry's narrative, or decline and get painted as the bad guys who snubbed veterans. It's a classic no-win situation. Let's get to the heart of it. Is this invitation really about reconciliation, or a strategic move to make Charles and William look bad? I'm leaning towards the latter, and here's why. Harry's been vocal about his strained relationship with his family since stepping back from royal duties in 2020. His memoir, Spare, the Oprah interview, the Netflix series, each one has been a public jab at the monarchy. Now he's framing this invitation as a magnanimous gesture, with sources saying he's showing forgiveness and wants to mend fences. But the public nature of it screams manipulation. Think about it. If Harry genuinely wanted to reconcile, why not pick up the phone or send a private letter? Why go through the press? Some voices on X have called this out, suggesting that Harry is setting a trap. If his family says no, he can play the victim card again, claiming they rejected his peace offering. It's a pattern we've seen before. Harry positions himself as the wronged party while the royals stay silent, which makes them look cold or dismissive to some. But the royals are not stupid. They know silence is their best defence against getting dragged into a media circus. And let's talk about the veterans angle. The Invictus Games are Harry's baby, and no one's denying that he's done fairly good work there. But using a cause like supporting wounded veterans as a backdrop for this public invite, well, that feels like leveraging a noble cause to score points. If Charles or William don't show up, headlines might scream they're snubbing not just Harry, but the veterans too. It's a high-pressure tactic, and it's hard to see it as entirely genuine when the announcement's so orchestrated. So why is this move likely to flop? Firstly, the royals are pros at navigating tricky PR situations. King Charles and Prince William have kept their distance since Harry's exit, and for good reason. The trust is finished. Insiders have said that William's at a point where Harry's name is barely mentioned around him. The wounds from Spare, where Harry aired private family moments, are still raw. William's got his own pressures, running the Duchy of Cornwall and supporting Catherine through her health challenges, raising 3 children, and stepping up while his father's health is fragile. He's not sitting around waiting for Harry's next move. And then there's King Charles. He's reportedly open to a relationship with Harry, but his cancer diagnosis and treatment mean his focus is on his health and duties, not on public family reconciliations. The clash with Camilla's birthday is another sticking point. The royals plan their schedules years in advance, and Harry's team knew this. If Charles skips the games to prioritise Camilla's milestone, Harry might spin it as a personal slight, but most will see it as a practical choice, not a rejection. And another reason why I think this won't work, the public is getting tired of the narrative. On X you see mixed sentiments. Some sympathise with Harry, but others call him out for what they see as performative stunts. Posts have labelled him crafty or accused him of selling out his family for cash. The backlash suggests Harry is losing the PR battle in some circles. The royals, by staying silent, come off as dignified, while Harry's constant public gestures risk looking desperate or manipulative. And let's not forget the practical side. The royals showing up to Invictus could be a logistical nightmare. Security, media frenzy, the inevitable speculation, every glance or word. If they attend, it's a win for Harry's narrative of reconciliation on his terms. If they don't, he gets to play the martyr. But Charles and William are not likely to take the bait. They've seen this playbook before, and they know how to sidestep it. So what's Harry's endgame here? There are a few possibilities. 1, he genuinely wants to rebuild bridges, but doesn't know how to do it privately anymore. His life's been so public since moving to California, what with all the Netflix deals and tell-all books, that maybe he cannot operate without the spotlight. But that's the generous take. More likely, he's trying to control the narrative. By making this invitation public, he's forcing his family into a corner, hoping to guilt them into a response that either validates him or gives him ammunition to cry foul. Another angle? This could be about relevance. Harry's no longer a working royal, and while Invictus keeps him in the game, his star power is tied to his royal ties. By dangling this invitation, he's keeping himself in the headlines, reminding everyone that he's still part of the family, even if estranged. It's a way to stay relevant without relying solely on Meghan's projects or his own past controversies. There's also the PR angle. A source close to Harry told The Express he's got an incredible capacity for forgiveness, which sounds like a scripted line to paint him as the bigger person. But forgiveness works both ways, and there's no sign Harry's ready to own his role in the rift, like the hurt caused by his public criticisms. Instead, this feels like a one-sided move to make him look good while putting pressure on his family to respond on his terms. So let's zoom out. This whole saga is about more than just an invitation. It's about a family fracture that's been public for years. Harry's built a brand on being the royal outsider, but every move like this reinforces the divide. The royal strategy of dignified silence has worked because it starves the drama of oxygen. Charles and William don't need to play Harry's game. They've got the weight of the monarchy behind them. And the public, especially in the UK, tends to side with the working royals over the self-exiled prince. And then there's the health factor. King Charles's cancer treatment is a wild card. If he's not up for a public reunion in 2027, and that is quite a long way off, it's not about rejecting Harry, it's about a 76-year-old man prioritising his well-being. Similarly, William's juggling his own responsibilities, and with Catherine's health challenges, his focus is understandably elsewhere. Harry's invitation, timed as it is, feels tone-deaf to these realities. It's like he's demanding attention when his family's dealing with bigger issues. And the clash with Camilla's birthday? That's not just a scheduling quirk, it's symbolic. Camilla's been a lightning rod for criticism, and Harry's memoir didn't exactly paint her in a glowing light. By scheduling this invite around her 80th, it's almost like a subtle jab, forcing the royals to choose between a family milestone and Harry's event. It's a lose-lose, and it's hard to believe Harry's team didn't see that coming. So, where does this leave us? Harry's invitation to the 2027 Invictus Games might look like a peace offering, but it's got all the hallmarks of a calculated move to put pressure on King Charles and Prince William. The public announcement, the timing, the clash with Camilla's birthday, it's a setup that screams agenda, but it's not likely to work. The royals have mastered the art of staying above the fray, and public sentiment, at least from what we're seeing on platforms like X, suggests Harry's overplaying his hand. In the end, this feels like another chapter in a saga where Harry wants to have his cake and eat it too. Call out his family, then play the peacemaker. But reconciliation doesn't happen in the headlines, and the royals know that. By staying silent or politely declining, they avoid the trap. Harry might get some short-term buzz, but long-term, he risks alienating more of the public who see this as another stunt. The Invictus Games deserve better than being a prop in this family drama, and so do the veterans it serves. So, what will happen next in this? I think with everything that's happening in the world right now, the whole of the monarchy are on quite thin ice. And a lot of you know, as much as I like William and Catherine and think that they will be an amazing king and queen, I sometimes wonder if we will still have kings and queens. But back to this subject. What do you think? Is Harry genuinely trying to mend fences, or is this just another PR move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like if you liked it, and click the bell if you want to receive alerts for more of these types of videos. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.